Hey, I'm back yet again, finally, to show you some more records I've picked up recently. Actually, I've cheated a little bit this time, because I've actually only got 4 records and then 1 CD. Let me just show you. Alright, first up we got some greatness coming up here. One of the greatest albums ever. It's not even up for debate, it just is. Repulsion, Horrified. Don't even come over here and tell me that this album, like, oh, it sounds like shit, I can't hear the riffs and blah blah blah. Turn it up, goddammit. If you're honestly gonna say that, that just means Grindcore is too rough and too real for your fucking pussy ass, man. This was put out on tape in '86. It didn't get an official release until '89, but it was circulated. Scott Carlson, he put it out himself, because he quote-unquote said that it was an unfinished album. Like, the whole story about this album, it was a total accident that it actually sounded like this. Got that like static and like rumbling bass sound, you know, the grinding bass sound. That was a total accident because they accidentally wiped his bass track, so they just ended up using the scratch track instead. And they just put it out on tape because it was like, it's unfinished, whatever, I'll just give it to the public, and it just ends up becoming this classic, you know. If you want to learn more about this record, then check out the documentary Slave to the Grind. It's an excellent watch, and it opens up with the story of this album told by the man himself, Scott Carlson, right here. So there's 18 tracks on this album, and it's over in 29 minutes. And it's like, it's blasting for 75 to 80%, but yet it's so goddamn memorable. Like, it just got catchy riffs for days. Even some of the riffs that go along with the blast beats are like super memorable. It's kind of hard to pinpoint which exact track it happens on because there's just so many of them. But man, when they happen, you know, you remember that and you're, oh man, that's fucking good. Some of my favorite tracks on here are like Black Breath, Maggots in Your Coffin, Driven to Insanity, Festering Boils, the opening track, The Sense of Burning Death, and Thought of the Innocent. Oh man, that's so, like, I can probably go on to name the entire album. Like, it's all killer, no fucking filler. That's it, man. Oh, and I gotta show you the vinyl as well because it's very, very cool. It's on my turntable because I actually just listened to this. Oh man, the mat is like stuck to it. God damn it. It's always with these like 180 gram pressings. My slip mat always gets stuck underneath the record when I take it off. So yeah, goddamn man, the lighting is really shitty, so you can't see it that well. That's a goddamn shame. But you know, you can see that it's a cool splatter variant. There's one that's like clear, which I almost picked up. Like, it looks just as good, like a clear vinyl with like a splatter on it. But I felt like this one went a little bit better with the cover, so I went with this one. So yeah, anyway, Repulsion, Horrified. Go and check that one out if you don't know it already. It's mandatory. Everyone knows this one. Iron Maiden, Kill Us. This is one I got for Christmas. One of my favorite Maiden records. This is probably my favorite. Brave New World is, I mean, it's hard. Brave New World is up there. I really like that one as well. But it's got like that one shitty track which I just can't stand. Which is called, what is it? Oh yeah, Blood Brothers. Yeah, it's that track. Sounds like a Disney soundtrack. It just, I don't know why that one is there. Like, just remove that track and the album is perfect. But that kind of bugs me. But still, even if you remove that track, I'm pretty sure it's like above an hour of music. So, and this is like barely reaching 40 minutes. But then again, this one, it's got Paul Di'Anno on vocals, and I really just prefer his vocals over Bruce, as great as Bruce is. This one as well is just all killer, no fucking filler. I'm gonna say that a lot throughout this one, I think. But yeah, it's just the truth, man. So yeah, no point really saying a lot about this one. You all should know it. So anyway, Kill Us, really happy to have it. Alright, we got a filthy one coming up here. Real filthy one. So yeah, cover is kind of disturbing. You have been warned. Anyway, I don't think nobody's gonna listen to that warning, and it's not that bad. Like, he's just having a little bit of fun with a corpse, you know? Nothing too scarring, right? So this is Regurgitation, Tales of Necrophilia. Well, it's not really obscure anymore because a lot of people are starting to take note of it. But I'm pretty sure this one went pretty under the radar for a lot of people for a long time. So this is like a brutal death metal, just fucking classic, man, from 1999. But it's not like monotonous brutal death metal where you put it on and when the album is over you take nothing away from it. This is full of like really groovy and catchy riffs, and sort of like wouldn't be the worst place to start if you're new to brutal death metal. Like if you're not familiar with brutal death metal, it's just kind of like regular death metal, but just everything that makes it such a challenging listen is just ramped up. Like the vocals are much lower, often like gurgled. Guitars are more distorted. Blast beats, more blast beats, and just more extreme lyrics, generally speaking. And as you can see, like pretty much every single track on this album is about some type of necrophilia. They're stuck true to the concept, you know. Love this release too, man, and the back cover is even more fucking disgusting. Love this like release. It's put out by Hill's Headbangers, and already by getting this one, I'm already a big fan of that label. Just fucking quality release, man. Really nice sleeve with all the additional art pieces as well. But yeah, you get this extra piece of art on the lyric sheet. Fucking sick art, man. Love that. Absolutely disgusting. I've kind of listened to death metal for a while, but this one was a bit much for me when I read it. But you know, that's kind of like how I like it. I want it to be a little bit too much because it's supposed to be fucking disgusting. And it's got one of the funniest song titles ever. I actually laughed out loud the first time I saw this one. Menstrual Cycle. Fucking, it sounds fun until you read the lyrics. My favorite track on this album is definitely the closer, Cadaveric Impregnation. Also love the lyrics as well on this one. It's about having sex with a corpse, surprise surprise again, but there's a twist to it. Because he impregnates the corpse and then it gets buried and the child is born and then it just suffocates and dies. Oh yeah, I didn't even show you the backside as well. Got fucking this pile of corpses and the guys in the midst of it. Cadaveric Impregnation. Got this like tempo shifty sections with these like snare hits and these sick ass guitar squeals. Man, you'll know when you hear it, it's amazing. Saves like the most fucking brooding and like catchiest riff for last, you know, just like fades away and like just sends you off with a few more bruises at the end of the album. It closes out the album so well. Love it. There's a bit of a short little instrumental at the end, but it's pretty much the closer, you know. The instrumental is really nice as well. Just kind of like gives you a moment to like relax a little bit after the 28 minutes you've been put through. Love like the snare. It sounds like really like ridiculous and like pingy, but it's so refreshing to hear that in brutal death metal. There's also a little bit of solos as well. So there's kind of like some like high register in the instrumentation, and everything is not so low and booming, you know, adds a little bit of brightness to the darkness, so to speak, which just makes the listening experience really like captivating. Kind of starting to talk out of my ass at this point, I don't know. Let me just show you the vinyl. Menstrual Red and Green. Again, the lighting is so fucking shitty. Oh, you can see this one a little bit better. Oh, and it's got a little nice piece of art here on the sleeve, which I'm guessing is a illustration of the song Menstrual Cycle I talked about earlier. Just absolutely filthy fucking record here, but I love it. So anyway, that's Regurgitation, Tales of Necrophilia. Check that one out if you dare. Alright, coming up we got a absolute death metal classic. Had to have this one at some point. And here we go, here I have it. Entombed, Left Hand Path. Like, in my mind, there's no way in hell you're into death metal and you don't like this album. That's just something that doesn't compute. Like, I've never heard anybody actually say they don't like it, but it's like, if there are somebody out there, like, I'm sure there's probably some, like, tough guys out there who are like, I don't like it because it got too popular. Well, they won't actually say that, but deep down they really like it, but they won't admit that they like it because it got too popular. Stupid take. Still fucking good, man. I don't care how many people listen to it. Want to have all of your music for yourself. Like, that's why I'm doing these videos, like showing these records, you know, because so you can check them the fuck out, you know. Want more people to get into this. If you actually enjoy this stuff, you know. Like, I could probably imagine somebody like saying, yeah, 1 or 2 of the songs don't really do that much for me. But to just say that you straight up don't like the album, man. I'm just gonna have to agree to disagree on that one. There's no lyrics with this one. Thanks list and some pictures of the band. What does this even say? I don't think I've read this one. What man has created, man can destroy. Bring to light the day of joy. I'm pretty sure that's from the opening track. This is probably the best sounding pressing in my entire collection. Man, it is just crickets. Dead fucking quiet. No goddamn crackles or pop throughout the entire runtime of this one. Sounds amazing. Doesn't even sound compressed. The sound is so crystal clear and fucking huge, man. Just does this album justice. Oh man, I love it. Some of my favorite tracks on this album are definitely the opener, Left Hand Path, and the title track, Revel in Flesh, and Morbid Devourment. Morbid Devourment, that might be my favorite track on the entire album. I don't know. I don't know if I actually wanna say that, but it's a good one. Okay, like again, all killer, no fucking filler. You already know. Like most of the albums I pick up are all killer, no filler. Like I don't want an album where like half the songs is like they're okay. No, I want the bangers, you know. Whew, man, that was quite some albums I showed. But we got the CD left, and it's an absolute barn burner we are leaving off on here. And man, I guarantee you that those bozos who confuse like deathcore for death metal, they don't know this one. But man, the real ones, they know it. Incubus, Serpent Temptation. So this is kind of like a death thrash album, I want to say. It's kind of strange, like I don't really want to consider this one a thrash metal album or a death metal album. It's like in a death metal and thrash metal gray area for me. Because this is, by the way, this is from 1988, and it's got blast beats all over the album. Like this album incorporated blast beats before death metal even did, really. Like at the time, not a lot of people were doing blast beats. Like Repulsion is one of them. Napalm Death. That's about it, really. Probably some demos as well with blast beats on it. What was that one? Asocial from way back in 1982, where kind of like blasting. There's blast beats all over this album, but the vocals are very thrashy, like snarled, not really growled. And other than the blast beats, this is just fucking pure thrash metal. It's definitely too heavy to be a thrash record, because of all the blast beats. And in my mind, like blast beats, they don't belong in thrash, you know. So yeah. Anyway, it's a death thrash must. Like if you're in the mood to just bang the head, like just tap the foot, you know, punch the wall, whatever you do, this is just the one you want to put on, man. Fucking, oh man, love this album, man. Absolutely love it. So the reason why I'm picking this one up on CD, because that might seem strange, because I clearly prefer vinyl. But it is because the band changed their name to Opprobrium. Yeah, it's not a good name. I misspelled every time I try to like look them up. They changed the name like way back. So there's only 2 vinyl versions of this album with the actual like Incubus name on it, and they're from like 1988 and 1989. So this one is hella expensive to get because, like I said, the real ones, they know what's up. Those original like vinyl versions, they go for like really high prices. Like we're talking like 200 euros, probably like 150 euros if you're getting it cheap. I love this album, but I don't quite want to spend that much. I'm probably gonna bite the bullet at some point because I want that vinyl version. I want it, but I have it on the want list, just waiting for one that's kind of cheap, you know, in good condition to pop up, hopefully. Sometimes you just have to wait. Brutal Records, in 2021, they put this one out. An original CD repress with the original name, and I found a shop that still had a few ones in stock, so I was just like, oh, picking that one up. Pretty sure this is all the original layout, looks like it to me. Check out the booklet. But yeah, just catchy riffs for days on this one, blast beats, and man, I swear to God, like those blast beats, they like catch me off guard every time, because I'm just not expecting to hear that on like a thrash metal record that came out in '88. just sounds so vicious, man. Love the guitar tone on this one as well, so in your face. Doesn't get much better than this. Incubus, Serpent, Temptation. Don't be sleeping on this one. And that's it. Thanks a lot for watching. I really appreciate it. Have a great day, and just bang some tunes.